Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy T-Dub. What's blazing in sports? We are here live. All right, guys, excuse me. We are doing the at work edition, but I want to touch on this fight, guys. This is a really big fight, but what's crazy enough, maybe I just have not been watching enough TV lately or something. I don't know, guys. Maybe I've been on the rock. But even though a lot of people know about this fight, I just have not seen this fight promoted like it should, because it's a very good fight, guys. This is fight week. All right, so we'll get that out the way. This is fight week. In case some of you guys do not know, it is going down this Saturday, Madison Square Garden. You're going to have two champions. Two-time Golden Glove Olympic champions. Not, I got to say Golden Glove. Olympic champions. Olympic gold. I believe Rigondeaux may have won it in like 2000 and maybe 2004. And Lomachenko won in 2008 and maybe 2012. Something like that, guys. I'm not quite sure. But basically, you have something that's very rare. Extremely rare, that this might be the only time that at least I can remember it happening. May have to do some Google research. Two Golden Glove champion facing off, and I guess you can say they're prime, but not really, because I think Rigondeaux is definitely the older fighter, and especially with a lot of people have been questioning how old is Rigondeaux. That might be a question that you might not never get an answer to. You might find out the answer to how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Twisty Pop before you find out his real age. But what is undeniable is his skills and Lomachenko's skills. And these guys have signed and on the dollar line. You know what's even crazier? Guys, maybe I missed it. Has there been a tour, or at least some kind of press conference? Have we seen these guys actually face to face? They fight this weekend. Have we even seen these guys face to face? That's crazy. But don't get me wrong. The reason I'm acting like I don't know a lot, because I've been very sick, guys. I'm talking about a month and going, from having a flu to pneumonia, and the flu is over, but pneumonia is still kind of hanging in there. But you know what? Your boy got to do a video, because that's what your boy got to do, especially when you got a fight like this. Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko. A-class level fighting. So much skills inside that will be inside that ring on fight night. It is ridiculous, and it's crazy. But before I get to maybe, I guess, what the strengths are for each one of them. And guys, again, this is 100% live. This is not scripted. This is me inside of my car giving you off the top of my dome on this fight. Now, I may actually do a visual breakdown later, basically me in front of a camera and doing things like that. But for now, we got to get this to you. We got to get this to you, because you got to get it right now, ASAP. When I look at these two fighters, based off what I've seen out of a lot of the media, what I've seen from a lot of the cable networks, or in boxing in general, it's a clear night and day treatment. Lomachenko, for the most part, he is that guy that it feels like the sport and anyone surrounding with it is pushing him to be great. And I'm not saying he's not great or going to be great, but even when he was 3 or 4 fights in, the push for him to be great, for at least for the people to see him as great even before he actually is or does things to prove his greatness. There's a push. And then you have Rigondeaux, who has got more of a push of he's not entertaining. People don't want to see him. He don't sell out, He get the negative. It's almost like the favorite son, and then that step kid that's a redhead, I don't know why they say redhead stepchild. I'm just going with it. Nothing against, excuse me, nothing against redheads, but you know, they say redhead stepchild. So one guy is like that. Imagine if you have parents and they have one biological son that's theirs, and they have a stepson, you know, that maybe they took because they get an extra $1,200 a month from the state or some shit. And that one son, anything he does is overglorified. It's the best thing in the world. Oh, he should be president, and he's only 5 years old. And you got the other guy that no matter what he does is not good enough. It's put down. And he beat Nonito Donaire when Nonito Donaire was pretty much the shit. You know, that was back when Floyd was like maybe number 1. Nonito Donaire was probably somewhere around number 3. Pacquiao number 2, something in that area. He was either top 5 for sure, you know. And he fought Rigondeaux, who didn't have as many fights. And Rigondeaux just literally made him look like a sparring session with somebody that was clearly levels below him in fighting. And he just not got the love. He has just not got it. So, you know what? I'm going to touch on Rigondeaux a little bit more, guys, just to try to give you guys a clear view that it's very different. He gets a very different treatment. Okay? So, when Kell Brook, he had a title at welterweight, right? Right. And he goes up 2 weight classes to fight Triple G. Right? Gets his eye knocked next to his other eye. Shit was broken. He lost the fight. He went down and he was still champion. Correct? All right. So, and we got other fighters. I can give you other examples of people that moved up. You know, let's say even Chad Dawson. I think Chad Dawson may have actually moved down to fight Andre Ward at one class, and he was a still champion like heavyweight. And once he went back up, he was still champion. He didn't lose his title because he lost to Andre Ward. But I am hearing that they telling Rigondeaux that if you lose this fight, that you are going up 2 weight classes to fight this guy. We're going to strip your title from you. That is crazy. That is crazy. You telling me that's cool? That this guy Rigondeaux has fought for his title. He has been having trouble getting fights, and that he, out of most people, don't even want to face Lomachenko because of the threat, because of what he's doing, because of his talent. And you got Rigondeaux like, you know, fuck it, I want to fight this guy. I'm not scared of this guy. Yes, I'm smaller than him. And yes, it would be better than me halfway. But you know what? Lomachenko camp said, we're not going to meet you halfway or at no 126. You're going to come to full 130. So I agreed to fight at full 130. And now I'm being told that if I lose 2 weight classes above where I have a title, that you're going to strip me? You're going to take my title? Guys, come on. It's a mental warfare. It's like, honestly, I feel that he is getting, they're mentally trying to affect him before even fight night. They want to let him know everything that's at stake if he loses. Everything that's at stake in case he loses. And they want that to be on his mind. And they want him to be bothered by it. And they want it to affect his performance on fight night. There's no doubt in my mind. Now, even with that said, and I think it's clear that he get a different treatment. I think Lomachenko is talented as shit. I mean, this guy's skill set that honestly, if he keeps fighting and keeps winning, he is going to get better and better. He's going to earn that title that they're trying to give him already. The thing is, they're just trying to give it to him before he earn it, which kind of get kickback from people. But he does have the goods. He has the angles. He has the combination. He doesn't have crazy speed, but he has good speed with good combination to come with it and good angles. I mean, you know, it's just, he is a talented fighter. He has swag when he fights. So that's taking nothing from him. And I'm not trying to take anything from Rigondeaux because I think stylistically, this match is very hard to predict. Some people are going to, go with Lomachenko. He's the bigger fighter, maybe the faster fighter, the stronger fighter, maybe, and just look at his style and you probably say, hey, everything is kind of tilted this way. It's hard for me to go with Rigondeaux, especially since he's having to come up with 2 weight classes. But then a lot of people will look at Rigondeaux and be like, you know what, man? This guy, you know what? And I guess this can kind of take me to what I mentioned earlier was basically what each one of them does well. All right. I'm going to just start with it. I think Rigondeaux, if I had to go off who has the better timing, I think Rigondeaux. Who has better combinations? Lomachenko. IQ, man, flip a coin. You know, I'm going to go with both of them. Footwork, Lomachenko. I have to go Lomachenko. But angles, even though a lot of people will see Lomachenko's angles, because Lomachenko is more, his style is really right out there in front of you because the way he does use his footwork and change the angles. But Rigondeaux doesn't use a lot of energy with his angles. He just makes small adjustments, create the angle, and shoot a shot. It's really hard. It's like they're different. They are really different. It's like looking at a monster truck and then or NASCAR. You know, both of them are good at their own thing, but they're different. They're different because one uses angles, just slight angle, shoot a shot, slight angle, shoot a shot, while another one is really in and out with his style. Yes, it looks more flashier and it looks really good, but is it better than what the other guy does? Which is, you know, it's a little hard. Now, power, I'm going to have to go with Lomachenko on power because I think he is a stronger fighter, probably at 130. We have not seen Lomachenko at 130. Not Lomachenko, but Rigondeaux at 130 pounds. So that would have to favor Lomachenko. What else? Like I said, I think combination speed, Lomachenko. One shot off speed, maybe Rigondeaux. And it's different, guys. It's different. Like you can have some fighters that can have a snappy jab or a snappy, cross. But when it's talking about throwing combinations, they don't always look as fast and as crisp, So I think Lomachenko, just because his style, he throws more shots, he's better at that. But when it comes to just shooting that one really quick shot, getting in it, I think that's a Rigondeaux. I think that's his timing. That's his range finding ability. And that's just him being able to get in there and land a good shot. Defense. I think Rigondeaux got the better defense. Counterpuncher. They both are counterpunch well, but I'm leaning towards Rigondeaux. And guys, as you see up top of my dome, I don't have anything in front of me to tally it up, but just going off of those things, you can see where, and you might differ. You might differ from me because we're different people, but that's what it's all about. You can see that both of these guys are leading in some kind of category. And on fight night, we just don't know how it's going to play out. If I had to give a breakdown, I might say Lomachenko might come out hot first for the first 3 rounds because he has a more of aggressive style. And since Rigondeaux is a counterpuncher, he will have to adjust. But it will open up opportunities because when you throw a lot of punches, you're going to leave yourself open for opportunities. The same way when Pacquiao fought Juan Manuel Marquez. Remember, and this is, I guess, similar in styles, but different, because Pacquiao is a guy that throws 1,000 punches. At that time, he had very fast hands. He had an in and out type of movement. And then you have Juan Manuel Marquez, who is more of a stiffer fighter, but he can counter. He has really good timing, and he's not fast. And he was actually finally able to catch Pacquiao and sit him down. But even before that, every fight they had before then, no matter how Pacquiao was just dominating people, Juan Manuel Marquez, with his boxing ability, his great IQ, being a counterpuncher, great timing, kept him in those fights. And some people thought he actually won some of those fights. Now, when I say about one thing that scares me about this fight is people are going to be persuaded because you listen to the people that's calling the fight. You listen to the commentating, and I think it's going to be very clear that they're going to be biased towards Lomachenko. I think they're going to try to say a few things about Rigondeaux just to make you think it's equal. We're going to be fair. But in all honesty, I think it's going to be pro Lomachenko crowd for sure. And it's going to be pro Lomachenko commentating. That's what I believe. I could be wrong. And we've seen commentating happen before. Like, you make excitement out of it, even when there's not excitement. Like when Manny Pacquiao fought Clottey. And that was a boring-ass fight because Clottey didn't even throw any punches. But at one point, Manny Pacquiao was throwing punches. He wasn't hitting nothing. He was getting blocked. And then you hear the commentator, bang, bang, take another one, bang, bang. I'm the best at this. Like, really, man? Who are you selling on this, you know? And I think it's going to be like that. But either way, guys, I got a lot of it out the way. I feel that stylistically, this is a good matchup. I would like for it to have been promoted more than it has been. I'm going to probably actually sit down and at least talk about this. I'll definitely do another video. I know for sure. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow. You know, any of you guys want to be welcome to come, you can. I would like for you to also take a second to subscribe, like, and share. That'd be great. Leave a thumbs up. Amazing. I think it's a really good fight. Looking at both fighters, outside the BS, these are two of the most talented fighters out there right now. Lomachenko, very talented, very skilled. Rigondeaux, very talented, very skilled. Both two-time gold in the Olympics. Both have a will to win. When people do not want to fight Lomachenko, or they show up to the fight and they clearly fighting like they don't want to fight him, they just want to survive or whatever. You have Rigondeaux, who's looking forward to facing Lomachenko. He's looking forward to to prove the doubters wrong. He know that they're talking about taking his belt. That's not even for that weight class. He know that even his own promotional company I think he's still with Top Rank, right? You know, assuming he is. Even his own promotion company has put him down, didn't want him to get him in fights, brag on not selling numbers. You know, he has a lot against him. He just have right now a really rough rub where they don't really don't want to see him. And I'm not even sure, you know, what really pushed them to make this fight. Maybe it is the media outside of, you know, I guess the unpaid media, you know, the unpersuaded media. Maybe it is the YouTube media, the people that's talking about it, the ordinary people that made their own voice on YouTube or Facebook or other different social media platforms outside of cutting a paycheck from Top Rank or HBO or Showtime or whoever might have a hidden agenda into what they can and cannot say and how they can say it. But either way, I'm looking forward to this fight. I don't know who's going to win. I think it's going to be really good. I went back and forth. I went 50-50 a couple of times. I'm going to try to give you guys a more thorough breakdown. But for now, this is just me at work, giving it to you raw, uncut, straight up the core on my phone to whatever device you're listening to it. Subscribe now. Hit it. Go ahead. It's cool. We'll talk later. Hit the like button, hit the share button. And also, guys, check my description. I got Facebook. You know, you can follow my Facebook. You can follow my fan page on Facebook. I have a fan page. I have a Twitter as well. Most of the things you can find me is either at What's Blazing. So either type in at What's Blazing on most things. You should find me. Send me a message. Say, hey, man, subscribe today. My name is such and such. Look forward to your work. All right, it's your boy T-Dog. Let me get back to work. I'm out.